So it's not often I get this huge wave of anger and violent fantasies, but it happened today. It happened just like 5 minutes ago. So I quickly picked up the camera, took the rechargeable batteries, plopped it in, and decided to talk about it. What just happened? I saw this post on Facebook. Apparently it's Pride Month, and apparently this lesbian couple were viciously beaten in a homophobic attack on the London bus. And I'm switching the page. Come on. I should have stayed on that page. Oh, there's a video on it. Okay, let me play the video. Let me see if you can see. I'm going to look at it at the same time.
In London, police are calling for witnesses after 2 women were beaten and robbed in a homophobic attack. We're going to show you an image here. A warning, it is graphic. One of the victims posted this photograph on Facebook of herself and her girlfriend on a night bus. She said a group of men started harassing them and making lewd comments. Suddenly, she says the men attacked them. Some of their possessions were stolen as well. London's mayor is calling the incident disgusting and misogynistic. Well, Aaron McLaughlin is following this story. It's been breaking in the last few hours in London. Many people are horrified. Just tell us what we know.
So, I didn't see this, but I read some of the written stuff. It was just 4 guys, and they were making lewd comments when the couple was kissing and stuff, and then all of a sudden punching her. No, they were. One was making jokes when the girls were making jokes to kind of diffuse the situation, but it got worse and worse and worse. And then one's getting punched, and then the other one's getting punched, and so I got this wave of anger. There was a Netflix show where they get very I forget what it's called. It's a teenager show growing up in high school, and what really bad things happen, violent things happen in that TV show. I forget what it's called. There was like many seasons, but they showed a scene where one guy who had a big mouth, this kid. Anyways, another guy, you see him raping him with a broomstick in the bathroom stall, and it's coming out and there's like doo-doo on it. It was really graphic. And then I had fantasies of that, just, as younger, I've done it before. I've controlled myself over the past 15, 20 years maybe. It's come up more passive-aggressive when I lose it. But I've gone into fits like that. One time I was at a group home because my father would send me to places to teach me a lesson. He would beat me up, but then I'd get sent to a group home because I wouldn't speak. And my father was like a little Hitler-like guy, a little effeminate guy. I refer him to Hitler because Hitler was small and compensated by being grandiose, you know what I mean? My father was kind of like that. And so I wouldn't say anything. And my mother was like this big beast, so they thought she was crazy. So it was really a really weird dynamic. So my father was playing the victim, of course. He's this immigrant, and like, oh my God, his life is being terrible. These guys, this kid and whatever is terrorizing him and all that. And so now I was 13, so I was at a group home, and this one guy violated my personal belongings. That's all it took. I'm pretty patient, but he opened up my suitcase, went through it, and I think ripped one of the books I was reading. And I flipped. I ran towards him. He was trying to get into a bathroom stall from like 10, 15 feet. I had a metal dustpan. I whipped it at and I got his thumb with the sharp end. I don't know what happened since then, but yeah, so every now and then I get something and it creates that wave of anger, and I get these, I don't know if they're emotional flashbacks, as Richard Grannon talked about, because that's why I wrote his name on the title, or I will be writing it, because it really gets to me. I get really violent, and I could, And something like this really does it to me. But you know what? There's been lots of times where I've been in the subway and things have happened, and I've been very upset with myself that I didn't do anything. Like I freeze. Because otherwise, if I don't freeze, I can go ballistic. It's like I don't have a medium. You know what I mean? I don't have, and I don't know what that is. That might be CPTSD. Someone had suggested on Instagram, there's Richard Grannon has like a free how to deal with emotional flashbacks. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about that. At least I'm a little more aware of it now. I mean, I've had it for years. I would get maybe twice a year. Twice a year. And I have watched some violent things on YouTube, like World Star Hip Hop and stuff like that, and I've stopped that to not get into that state. But this, I got drawn into it because it was on someone else's feed, and I was like, and it just shoved it. I got it. I have a smoothie I'm putting in. Maybe it's low blood sugar too, or a combination of things. But it really set a wave in me, and I don't want to avoid things. That's the thing. Where did I read that? Somewhere today or something. If you live your life avoiding things, then you don't know how to deal with it. So, I don't know what to say about it. I'm starting to feel a little better. It will go away, but then this surge of adrenaline, you know what I mean? And it's like, if I was in a situation that I was not under control, I'd blank out, and I don't know, someone would have a broomstick up their ass. You know, I would have no boundaries whatsoever. I think we're all capable of that, you know, and the thing is to control it. And the thing also is to not feel bad that I didn't do anything, or to do something that's more adult and civilized to stop the situation and not let it escalate. But I think in worst case scenario, if 4 kids, well, they're 4 kids, but you don't know, anything can happen. If worse gets to worse and they're hitting on me, I'm, you know, would like to think that I could defend myself and not freeze. You know what I mean? But I have done things, and I'd like to be able to control it more and control the situation. And I don't know how, without going to the extreme. I guess welcome to CPTSD, welcome to borderline, welcome to whatever. Yeah. Let me watch the rest of this.